Renewed loyalty. Haftarat Emor. Please pretend to be surprised. As is my habit, I'm about to take an ideal haftarah, poke a few holes in the idealness, and act like I've just discovered something revolutionary. The central question, of course, will be, how can we possibly disrupt the beautiful harmony between Parashat Emor and its haftarah? Let's begin by laying out the clear connection between the two. Parashat Emor, at least its first half, deals with the laws of Kohanim. Laws of impurity, special marriage restrictions, blemished Kohanim, and eating sacred offerings all are part of the Kehuna regulations that open the parasha. And honestly, it's about time. After Vayikra introduced us to the role of the Kohanim in sacrificial rites and purity laws, it's nice that it finally addresses the rules that apply to the Kohanim themselves. The Haftarah echoes these same themes. It mentions Bigdei Kehuna, their haircuts, wine consumption, marriage, their roles in teaching, sanctity, purity, priestly gifts, you name it. A beautiful harmony, as I said. The differences emerge when we notice a subtle shift in tone between the texts. But before diving into that, let me pose a small question. When and why were the Kohanim chosen to serve in the Mishkan? While the sages offer various explanations for the choice of Aharon and his sons, ranging from his mother's merit to he will see you and be happy in his heart, the Torah doesn't provide a clear reason. In the Torah's narrative, Aharon is chosen because he's chosen. Some even suggest that the selection of Aharon and his children is so fundamental that it's one of the things established at the very creation of the world. I should hasten to acknowledge that some may find my claim that the Torah doesn't explain the Kohanim selection a bit odd. Didn't the Kohanim replace the firstborn, the Bechorot, who previously offered sacrifices at the local altars? My answer, although the Midrash says that the Kohanim replaced the firstborn, in the Torah, the Leviim replaced them, not the Kohanim. Kohanim are an active group well before the exchange, even before Sinai. Yes, commentators who follow the Midrash provide various explanations for this phenomenon. From a biblical standpoint, however, Kohanim predate the Levim firstborn swap. Now let's get back to those tonal differences. Parashat Emor throws us headfirst into priestly restrictions. Do not become impure, do not marry her, do not shave a bald spot. The Kohanim are holy, and their holiness is expressed primarily through limitations and prohibitions. The Kohanim of Emor are thou shalt not Kohanim. The Kohanim in the Haftarah are portrayed somewhat differently. They too have restrictions, and they're not so different from the content of those in the parasha. But the tone is completely different. The Kohanim in the Haftarah draw near to Hashem to serve him. They enter his sanctuary and guard his charge. Must a priest who serves Hashem carefully avoid certain things? Of course. And it's no accident that the things he must avoid mirror those in the parasha. But the starting point is different. So how do these tonal differences relate to why the Kohanim were chosen? Simple. You may be surprised when I tell you I sort of lied. Not surprised? Not even a little bit? I mean, whatever. I didn't really lie, but I did emphasize the part I wanted to highlight. It's true. The Torah gives no explicit reason for the Kohanim's selection, at least not before the story of Pinchas, but the prophets in our very Haftarah do give a reason, or at least a reason why the sons of Tzadok among the Kohanim were chosen. When the Israelites went astray, the sons of Tzadok remained loyal to Hashem, and it is because of that loyalty that they remain his servants. That's a major difference between the two sources. The Kohanim of the parasha are chosen Kohanim. Why were they chosen? Because Hashem said so. When will this service end? Never. To whom are they accountable? No one. They were chosen, and that's that. That's a far cry from a Kohen serving because of his loyalty. That Kohen carries in collective memory the knowledge that his selection came through merit, and thus his continued service depends on his merit. For the Torah, it is important to emphasize to the chosen Kohanim that their holiness is expressed primarily in separation. That message is less critical for the loyal priest. Before we end, a small caveat. The contrast between the Kohanim of Emor and those of the Haftarah was intentional and focused. It's true, the Torah doesn't offer a reason for their selection, but Emor is not the first time the Kohanim appear in the Torah. Had we compared the Haftarah priests to those of other parts of Vayikra, we might have seen that they too had positive roles alongside their restrictions. They serve in Hashem's sanctuary, their role defined by offering and drawing near. Still, I stand by the comparison between Emor and its Haftarah. The choice of this section from Yechezkel as the Haftarah for this section of Vayikra gives me another opportunity to wrestle with the questions of chosenness and merit, and that is entirely my right, or my choice. I'm not entirely sure. In memory of my beloved and heroic student, Amichai Shimon ben Ishai and Batya Rubin, Hashem Mikom Damo, Dovi Holtz, one who loves Tanakh.